welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. On this episode, we will be evaluating this. It's another Ninjago Season 16 set. It's Cole's Dragon Cruiser. And before I get any further, just to let new people know, I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but other products as well. I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works such as movies, cartoons, and video games. Because these are in-depth reviews, they tend to be on the long side. So there are timestamps right here on that red strip, those little sections, and also down in the description that will let you jump to certain parts of the video so you can enjoy your favorite parts, or you can use them for bookmarks to come back to at a later date. So back to this. Let's take a closer look at that box. Looks pretty cool. I think they overdid the special effects on these sets. I mean, the sets look amazing themselves. They don't quite require it. It's kind of funny. The picture on the back here, this is the back. This is bigger than the picture on the front. Looks really cool. But, so the details on this are, it's set number 71769. It's for ages 8 and up. Has 384 pieces and retails for $44.99 on the Lego website, and they should have it in stock. If for some reason they don't and you're there, it's a brand new set. It'll be back in stock soon enough. I think they're getting over their, the shipment or shipment issues that have been going on, supply line issues that have been going on since last year. I think most places have recovered from that and are even actually going faster. There's some pre-orders that I weren't expecting until fall, and I'm already getting them in. So, things are getting back to normal, at least on that front. Oh yes, and it came out just this August 1st. Brand new set for summer 2022. So, yeah. Another one of these sets. They all have been pretty fun so far. I like this one a little bit better than Jay's. At least at first glance, it's just looking at it. So let's go open her up and see what's inside and put it together. We have the contents of the box here. Got one pretty thick instruction booklet, although it's not too big overall surface wise. We have one sticker sheet. It's only got 6 stickers, and it's not too many. We have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, and then we have the bag O parts, and then we have some chocolate donuts. Rubber tires. But, yeah, that's it. I thought we'd have more bags in this, but that's all there is. Here we have our first bag, plus some extra stuff. We have our big balloon tires, which were outside the box, or bags. And we also have our, pardon me. We also have our bag of weapons. Now, just a reminder that this bag weapons is considered one part in the book, so that means if you only use one ninja or whatever uses one weapon, you're still going to get all of these weapons, which is really nice. Okay, we have a chassis piece, so that'll be a quick step rather than building the chassis. But we still have plenty of plates in here, as you see here. A lot of that nougat color and a lot of others like these big long ones. Got a lot of different things in here. There's some different weird colored pieces, probably internal parts like usual. Some Technic arm pieces, got a lot of these in here. Probably used for tires and other things. Here's the wings for the dragon ninja. Kai in here. And there's Kai. And the snake villain ghost. Whatever guy he's supposed to be. And lots of little kibble. And lots of dots. Lots of little things. This bag, I think, had the most pieces out of everything. It's got lots of big pieces and a lot of small pieces, although the tires and the weapons over there don't count. Here we have the third bag, and we have got more plates, but a lot less plates, a lot less pieces overall. Some smaller plates. We have a trans orange cockpit piece, car top, some gold pieces, orange plates, and some orange pieces, you know, coal color pieces. That makes sense, you know. We have a lot of gold dots in here. And speaking of coal, there he is. Golden Ninja Coal. At least the parts for it. Some other small gribble here. Don't really have any more transparent pieces other than that canopy. Well, that is that. Here is our last and final bag, and we have a lot of large pieces of different types, including our wheel wells and the golden covers and these cool dual molded orange blades, and a lot of other gold fiddlery to make things look nice. So we got some stud shooters, or I think those are dot shooters, but you know what I mean, shooters, some kind. So a few more plates and things. We got lots of little tiny Technic pieces here. Last thing, we have these things, which I don't know what they are. I think they're supposed to be paint rollers. They look like paint rollers. I have no idea what they're supposed to be for in this set. And we have our Venge Tone Warrior. Grunt, guard, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, a lot of small stuff in here, and a lot of big fancy stuff. Here we have our leftover parts, and we got some nice pieces here. We got a gold lightsaber hilt, and a gold sword, plus the usual kibble. But along with the gold sword, we also have our gold weapons pack, also as leftovers. Plenty of there. Here we have our cast of characters, half of them looking very golden, the other half looking very black, and pink. So they're quite a bit of paraphernalia on them, so let's take that all off so we can take a closer look at their details. We have them with all their gear off, and you can see their torsos and leg printings and everything else much better. And there is quite a lot here. Didn't think that I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this red. My first instinct is it doesn't look that great, but the more I look at it, no, the better it looks. Having the whole body in trans red, except for his hands and his torso. It's in a dark red color, which is interesting. Yeah. Now onto the bad guys. They also have some amazing detail. I like the detail on the snake guy. Not so thrilled over using the ghost part there. This guy is very top heavy, but with the additional weight of the snake head and the of course his weapon, of course, but weapons usually have to deal with, but the snake head weighs a lot more. And then the Venge Tone Warrior looks good, same like all of them, but still very nice. Printing on the legs, even on the toes, very nice. And yeah, Cole, very golden. He's a golden ninja. This is his golden ninja outfit. Looks very golden and a lot of detail. Now to the back. Cole is the only one with a second face. Of course, Kai doesn't, with the transparent head. He's got some nice printing on the back, both him and Cole do. And once again, some nice stuff looking on the back of that snake, and definitely on that Vengestone Warrior. Yeah. So, well, there they are. Looking very pretty. A lot of nice figures in this set. Like I said, the snake guy is probably my least favorite. I mean, I like his head, looks cool, but the ghostly legs, which I'm not quite sure why they did that. It's probably part of the story. But yeah, he's a little more top heavier than the regular typical ghost. We have everything assembled here. We've already looked at the figures. We're going to take a closer look at the car. And let's just put the other guys away here, except we're going to leave Cole here for just a moment. Because I have something, I have to put him in the car. Alright, so I really like this looking vehicle. But, well, you'll see here. Actually, let's deal with Cole first. First thing, you pop the cockpit off, and what's really great about this is it's actually a two-seater. The only problem with the two-seater is, well, Kai can't fit in there with his big wings, so you'd have to strip him down to even put him in there. But still, it's a two-seater car. Now, problem, of course, spitting Cole in here, not only he doesn't have quite as big wings, but he does have his sword. And then he fits in here like this, and then you have to snap this back on. Now, this is such a large vehicle. I know, like, with the smaller trucks and cars, they have to do things like this, but this is such a larger vehicle, I don't see why they couldn't have made a, you know, a hinged cockpit lid to go on this. And then the sword, you have no place to go. Almost, I would say that. This thing has an exception, but even with its exception, there's still no place for the sword. Because here in the front, there is, look at that, storage space. It's got a trunk in the front, and it even has a hammer here. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be Mjolnir, because that's not his normal hammer weapon. It looks more like Thor's short-handled hammer. So, and I say, oh yes, we have storage here, but the problem is there really, it doesn't quite fit the sword. Well, you can get the sword in there, kind of. It's tight fit, because that isn't, you know, it's made more for that hammer than it is this sword. But yeah, that fits in there kind of tight. So you do kind of have storage for, sort of have storage for the sword. Wow, there's too many S's there. But yeah, there's that. Now let's take a look around here. We got some, you know, we got his base colors, black and orange. It's very nice. And then you got the gold trim. Probably the worst part is these things here. I don't even know why they're here or what's the purpose for them. They're a new part I've never really seen before. But, oh, maybe they're supposed to go up. That's still, I don't get these. But as you can see here, there's this nice action here that you move the blades up and the swords come out, and these other blades should come out, and you are ready for battle, because you've got your guns here on the back, your swords here on the front, and whatever these smaller blades are here. You are ready for battle. Once again, there's these big red things here. I don't know what they're there for. They're very, you know, break the color scheme. Biggest issue. Other than that, they don't seem to have much purpose. I mean, if they just needed a stopper on the ends of those, they could have easily did that. I guess maybe they're supposed to rest for the blades? I don't know. But yeah, there's that neat little function. And take a, I think we, here in the bag, we got some thrusters here, which are nice. You got back axles, gold trimmed wheels. Only gold trimmed wheels are on the front, not, or the back, not the front. Although they use the same tires, so they could have done the same for the front. And here is the other side. Not too much to see there. Top side. It's very nice. Bottom side. Not too much to write home about there. Let's see that top side again. Sorry, I didn't show the whole thing. There you go. It's got a nice profile. It's got really bouncy wheels. Doesn't have any suspension, but these rubber tires are, and it rolls really good. For a larger vehicle, it's definitely fun to roll around with. So yeah, that's it. Let's head back to the desk, and I will give you my final thoughts and the final evaluation. We're back here at the desk, and just gotta go over my final thoughts and give this a final eval. Overall, I like this set. The overall appearance is really great. It's really cool looking. It's fun to drive. It's a big old monster truck. I mean, what kid doesn't like a big old monster truck? Or monster car, we should say. It is a cruiser. Yeah, it's pretty interesting looking. I am a little bit disappointed in it, which I will get to more with the details. But overall, it looks great and rolls really well, and that aspect is kind of important. So, moving on to the details, if you haven't known, the appearance, I definitely like the appearance of it. Think of anything really negative about it. The characters are all great. Like I said, I do have a problem with this snake guy and giving him the really ghostly legs. Makes him very top heavy. I've had several problems trying to get him to stand anywhere. It doesn't really affect the appearance. I mean, he looks fine, but that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, the vehicle looks good. All the characters actually look good, even if there's issues with them standing. And I gave appearance a 10 easy, hands down. Now, moving on to function, this is where I took a few points off because this isn't terrible. It's like a transformation into battle mode, but it's almost like like not the directions, but the packaging and like that promotion materials essentially made it look like it kind of came out in a slashing motion. It doesn't. It's too slow really to do that. It's kind of stiff. So yeah, it's kind of not as advertised. It isn't to say this isn't fun to have transform or anything else like that. It's almost misleading just the way they did it. Like they should have had something maybe written like it transforms, transform into battle mode. Not all it had was like an arrow that goes swing and you see blades moving, which looked cool. But that's not quite what you're getting here. I mean, they do move, but it's not like you can push a button back here and they slash out. But no, they don't quite work that way. So yeah, I took a point off for that. So function ended up getting a 9. And kind of correlating with that is the play as well, because that would have been... It's not like this isn't fun to play with. And then right along with the function, this thing rolls really good. It's a fun monster truck type thing. We have fairly decent balance with characters. I wish the bad guys had a small vehicle that would make things a little bit better, like usual with these. They don't do that as much as they used to for some reason, probably to save on parts. But yeah, the play feature, the function doesn't quite work as advertised, and I took a point off for that for the fun as well. And I probably could have for the imbalance, but it's not too bad. At least you have an even number of figures. I think I'm slowly getting a little bit more lenient on that, but there were bigger problems with the set, which is why I'm not focusing on that. And it's mostly just the fact that this is more or less transforms and isn't a action feature. Action feature implies movement. I mean, there is movement, but a transformation isn't necessarily a movement. It tends to be on the slower side. So I gave fun a 9 as well. Now, as far as techniques, there is nothing too amazing in here. Now, I have some interesting things to say because I'm not sure why they used certain pieces. Whether they did, they could have used, like, there was a thing where they had, I don't even know how to point it. They could have used like a Technic brick there. Instead, they used multiple smaller pieces to, I think it had the same effect. And it's kind of interesting that we're getting to the point where we have so many specialized pieces that you can actually come to the same build design with different pieces, if you know what I mean so much. We're getting maybe a little bit bloated with the number of pieces. Though the pieces that were used are significant. They basically used what would be, it's a 2x2 plate, square plate, but it's got like a pinhole that extends out on the side with studs on top. And they used several of them where to line up across another part. And let's say, I don't know why they couldn't have just used a Technic brick in there of the right appropriate size, and you still have all these pinholes to use. I don't know. It's a bit strange. It's a bit weird. But yeah, and I wouldn't say that they were anything amazing there, technique-wise. There was nothing bad here, of course. I just found that interesting. Not really that it was an amazing technique. That it's like it could have been done a couple different ways to get the same effect, and I think it would still be just as strong, if not stronger, actually. But yeah, I gave that a 9 as well. So, technique got a 9, and we take all that up, add it together, and divide by 4. You get a, what is that, 37 divided by 4. You get a 9.25. I don't want to check my math, but you do get a 9.25, and we round up to a 9.5. So yeah, final score 9.5. Moving on to the price score. You do the math, it's, what was it? It was $44.99, so $45. Divide by 384 pieces, and you get 11 cents per piece. So that's only a penny over standard. And overall, this is a decent set. And price for parts, it's a little bit above. There's, a couple large dual molded pieces, but there was quite a few pieces here. This is not like this was made with big parts and stuff like that. One of my complaints with large Ninjago vehicles, if they're made with they charge a lot for made with a bunch of large pieces that it's no longer really fun to build. And also, well, yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. I probably could have gone with my final thoughts. But anyways, as price, I gave it a G for good, because it's a decent price, or a decent set, and a fairly decent price. You know, it may not be perfect, really close, exactly parts to, you know, price standard, but it's really close. And what little bit above it is actually probably better than some of the other sets I've seen. So this was probably one of the, so far what I've put together is one of the better priced sets overall, except for maybe the tower. I don't remember now what that looked like. Is that here in my notebook? I started a new notebook, so. Oh yes, I think it is. Crystal Canyon Tower. I gave it the G for G. Yeah, it's the same. It's 11 cents per piece, which. So yeah, it's one of the better sets price-wise. That gives our final eval score 9.5 G. Really decent set. I am disappointed a little bit in it, and like I said, it's not actually the set's fault. It's more of the promotional material for this set. I would say it is what really I'm not happy with, or what I'm disappointed with. Overall, I like the set, though. I do. And it's an oversized Ninjago car, although it makes sense for what it is, and it's a two-seater. I like that. Oftentimes, you know, you have these huge Ninjago car vehicles, and you only put one figure in the car, and it's like, what's the point? And this has a two-seater, plus it does have functions and stuff into it. You know, having opening and shut front trunk is kind of weird, but that's okay. Is a function really that you would need more space to build. And I wasn't expecting something like that with this, so that was kind of cool. And then you have the attack mode transformation type thing, which takes up a lot of the back half of the vehicle. So, you know, it makes sense for the size, and it doesn't feel like there's a lot of wasted space with this size. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this set. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Although I do ask that you go down into my description and also follow me on either Twitter or Facebook. There's links there. Because you're more likely to get notifications faster than you are with YouTube. They can be quite delayed. I'm always surprised. I have 2 different YouTube. One specifically for my channel, one for just, you know, watching stuff I watch. But I subscribe to my own channel, and I get notifications several days later. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so check out those links. And there's also links to this set on the Lego site if you want to order it, and links to Bricklink sets. You can see some of the details there, some other reviews too as well, so you can make your judgment. I mean, I try to give enough here to make good judgment, and these are always my opinions, and you can see somebody else's opinions. It doesn't hurt to help see other people's opinions to make your own opinion. I may point out something different that somebody else didn't see. But all that aside, I am done here, so I am going to sign off, wishing you a good day, and reminding you that creativity is key.